Hey, actor friends, it's Michael Kostroff. I'm not much of a holiday guy. It's just not my thing. And I don't like corny, and I don't like sappy. And nevertheless, today I found myself thinking about gratitude, specifically about things to be grateful uh, for us as actors. And we're always grateful when we get a job. So grateful. I got booked. Um, But I think there's a lot to be grateful for about being an actor that doesn't have anything to do with employment. You know, we know some extraordinary people. I say that with confidence, even to you who are watching. Who I may not know you, but here's what I know: show folk are extraordinary. I've finally given in to my snobbery. I think we're more interesting, more colorful, possibly crazier, but I can't think of a tribe I'd rather be a part of. And I think about some of the best people I know, some of my closest friends are people I would not know if it were not for the fact of my chosen art form. And whether it chose you or you chose it, that's something for the philosophers to figure out. But by virtue of pursuing and choosing this path that you've chosen, you have your life is richer by virtue of the fantastic folks in the arts that you know. And I think that's something to be grateful for. I'm extremely grateful for that because to be incredibly frank, I think I would not be alive without this tribe. That's true. So, uh, the other thing, among many things, is that we can be thankful that we are engaged in an endeavor that allows us to explore the way other people think. When you step into a character, when you work on a character, we spend a lot of time analyzing why did that person say that? What does that person feel about this? And getting to know people other than ourselves or mindsets other than our own, which grows your empathy. It makes you a more empathetic person. And I think may very, very possibly lead to a clearer sense of yourself because we're always looking at how we tick and how we operate as humans. And I'm glad that that is part of our work. And I'd like to believe it makes us more empathetic people, and that it leads to personal growth. So that's something I think to be very grateful for. I think that we are involved in a ministry. Uh, Moving on to my next point of gratitude. Um, we are doing work when we work that um, helps people to find their commonality and to sort through things, to make sense of things. The reason that there are so many movies and TV shows and plays about World War II and the Nazis and Hitler is that we're still trying to wrap our heads around it. It's so it makes no sense. It's so hard to make sense of, uh, and we're still working through that, and we are um, involved in that work of storytelling and helping the world make more sense to people. Um, I've sometimes thought, I'm in a frivolous profession. We put on little hats and we sing songs and stuff. Uh, and I certainly am not in the camp of like, no, our work is just as crucial as an EMT's. No, it's not. It's really not. You know, we're not feeding the hungry. We're not saving the sick. Uh, but it has a value to society, a big value to society because we are engaged in that work. And um, um, I'm grateful to be in that work. In particular, I've sometimes dismissed comedy as frivolous. And boy, the weirder our world gets and the darker and harder it gets, um, the more I feel that this is a ministry, making people laugh and providing some relief and helping to put things in order. Um, Another thing that I'm grateful for, and I think you will be too, is just that to have found something you're passionate about is a big deal in this life. Many people don't. Many people don't. Um, and even for the bumps and bruises and ups and downs, you found something that you latched onto and feel strongly about and love. At least I hope you're not doing it otherwise. Um, there are folks who just settle for paying the bills. There are folks who just settle for wealth, which I would not take wealth over doing this. And there are folks who just end up in a dull job, and that's what they have. And we are so lucky that we have something, we have an endeavor that we love, that we're passionate about, and I think that's really important. Really, and it's a special thing, because there are so many actors. I think we forget that it's still a very special thing. I was filming the other night on the Universal backlot, and I was talking to one of the women doing background work, and she said, we were in a group, and she said, when the tour trams, they have the Universal backlot tour. She said, when the tour trams go by, I always wave. And I said, but they don't know who you are. She goes, it doesn't matter. They're going to go home and say, one of them waved to me. She was in a costume and she waved to me. And she said, to them, it's a very big deal just to be any part of a movie. And we forget that all the time, and also a lot of background people are, oh, it's just background, it's just background. But yeah, but there are a lot of people who would think that was very, very fascinating. Um, yeah, I'm going to add a little personal uh, thing of gratitude. I find look, I'm always very candid with you about my shit. I uh, I had a hard time growing up, and I felt very invisible and dismissed and not interesting and not listened to, not special in any way. And there's such a win-win in me getting to make these videos every week that seem to help other actors. First of all, just the privilege of getting to help folks in my tribe, but also I, makes me feel like I'm interesting to some folks, and that I'm doing something in this world that matters in some way, and I'm grateful for that. I really am deeply deeply grateful for that. It's there are weeks when it keeps me sane. So I mean, as sane as I possibly can be. I'd love to know what you're grateful for about being an actor, and please don't tell me about bookings. Don't humble brag about things you booked or agents that you got. I'm talking about just the gratitude for this pursuit in which we are engaged and what it has given you. I'm telling you, for the tribe alone, it's that's pretty damn fantastic. I'm grateful for those folks. All right, I think that's all I have to say this week in my cornball holiday greeting video. But happy Thanksgiving. Have a good time. All right, friends. I will talk to you next week.